Miles, did you pay the heating bill? I was like, no, why the fuck would I pay the heating bill? It's summer. We're not using it. I was like, it's summer. We are not using the heat. He's like, but the heating bill is what gives us hot water. And I was like, what?
Hello, everybody. Today we got a special episode. We're changing courses here today, switching lanes. Skirt, skirt. We got Star 67. Real throwback. You know, for those of you that know, it's these are the days when we're making prank calls off of old cellular devices, the ones that you had to flip open, and when you would text, you would have to hit the number like several times to get to the letter that you wanted. So we're real youngins at that point. And here we are now.
We're making a quick change on the podcast name. We're no longer Fuck It, Let's Start a Podcast. Although it was a great name.
What a time to be alive.
Mouthful. So our new name is the Star 67 Podcast, where you never know what the conversation is going to go or where it's going to lead, breaking what the topic is until you press the video or the audio and or video, because we are on YouTube now. So, welcome.
You don't know what the fuck is going to happen.
Welcome. Today's Tristan's topic. Tristan, would you like to introduce our topic?
We got 20s. We're in our 20s. A lot of you listening are also in your 20s. Let's talk about the 20s.
Let's talk about the 20s. We're in our early 20s, so we can't talk about the old people. Should have invited Moon Man on here, who's in his mid-20s.
Moon Man.
But 20s. What a time to be alive. I'm enjoying my 20s personally.
Me too. What was the first thing that popped up in your head, or what is the first thing that pops up in your head when you think about people in their 20s?
I was thinking about the famous song by the Jonas Brothers, Year 3000.
You just brought back a memory that I haven't thought about in years. I think they were playing that on Nickelodeon all the time.
They were. Jonas Brothers were a thing back in the day, and I'm pretty sure when they made Year 3000, they were in their 20s.
Yeah.
Into the year 3000.
I don't know the lyrics. You're on your own on that one. I know that part, but that's all I got.
Not much would change, but they live underwater. And your great granddaughter.
Oh yeah, you really know it. Yeah, for sure.
Bro, it's one of the greatest songs God has ever created. It's better than a lot of Michael Jackson songs. Yes, I said it. MJ is not as good as JB's S.
Oh man. Were you one of those kids that would wake up in the morning, get a bowl of cereal, and then sit down in front of the TV and watch Nickelodeon because SpongeBob would be on or something?
I still do that, actually.
I bet you do.
Yes, that is my hangover cure. I pour a bowl of cereal, preferably Apple Jacks, Fruit Loops, or Frosted Flakes. I sit my ass on the couch and I watch cartoons for about 2 hours, and then I start doing work. I don't understand why do people want to start working as soon as they wake up? That's like horrible.
True that. Frosted Flakes get soggy way too fast.
Well, obviously you're not eating it fast enough.
No, they just it literally takes like 2 minutes and they're soggy.
No,
that's a cereal that I'd rather eat dry.
No, I remember I convinced this one dude one time. Shout out to Caleb. But I convinced him one time of doing pocket cereal to pour cereal in his pocket. It was Frosted Flakes, so he could eat cereal on the go.
Hey man, it's not a bad idea. Maybe it could be. It was a joke, but maybe it could have been a thing.
5 years from now, he's a billionaire.
Exactly. You could have cereal in one pocket and then like a packet of milk in the other or something.
The one cereal I fucking hate, Lucky Charms. I don't understand why people hype up Lucky Charms so much.
Yeah, I thought the marshmallows were a little overrated. They were good, but just way too sweet.
marshmallows were overrated. Too sweet. The actual cereal itself, the corn part was bland. Not a fan.
What is your favorite
Not a
cereal?
fan. Literally just said it. AJ's, FL's, or FL's.
Two
For you
FLs.
people who don't understand that, it's Apple Jacks, Fruit Loops, and Frosted Flakes.
Did you ever like Cookie Crisp?
No.
You didn't like Cookie Crisp?
No. One thing you have to understand about me, I am very narrow-minded when it comes to things I like and don't like. I venture out one or two times to understand why I don't like something, and then after that I don't like it until like 3 years. So I have to remind myself why I don't like it.
Occasionally though, you go back and you get that sort of nostalgia factor, even if something that you just tried once, you know, where like fruit roll-ups. You know, like I wasn't really big on fruit roll-ups as a kid.
You just brought back a memory,
I swear,
bro.
you know, so it's like shit like that when you try it, you're like, oh yeah, you know, like I don't remember really liking them too much as a kid, but now looking back on it, there's sort of this nostalgia attached to it.
Get some fucking Go-Gurt.
Yeah. Oh, dude, see what I'm talking about? The cotton candy one. Don't even get me started.
Do you like in your 20s right now? Are you still eating the same things that you did as a kid?
No.
Like, I mean, like for the nostalgia factor, do you ever like just walk around the grocery store and be like, "Yeah, no, I haven't had this since I was a kid. Let me go get it."
Every once in a while, but nothing really specific.
You know, I think studies have proven that you are going to cook your kids the same thing that your mom and dad cooked for you.
That would make sense, because you learned how to make it.
Yeah, and it's like it worked for you, so it's gonna work for them.
Mm-hmm. You know what?
It's like,
sorry, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say I'm gonna be serving my kids some pork and beans and hot dogs.
Fire.
For what?
Fire.
Oh, pork and beans and hot dogs are, on God, one of the best meals guys ever made.
Not gonna lie, we're kind of back on like a little childhood trip here, because you just brought back some shit right there too. My mom used to make that for me all the time. Slice them up and shit.
Oh, it's so easy.
Yeah.
You just need pork, beans, a little bit of brown sugar, salt, pepper. Boil that shit up, and you're good.
I don't know if she ever did the brown sugar. That sounds good.
They did brown sugar. There's no way. If you eat bland pork and beans and hot dogs, it literally just tastes like you're eating like a really soggy pinto bean with hot dogs in it.
Okay, maybe she did, and I was just too young to realize. I do remember having pork
I had to
and beans.
look up the recipe. When I was in college, I was like, I'm going to make some pork and beans and hot dogs. So I literally just cracked open a can of pork and beans, sliced up some hot dogs. I was like, yo, does not taste like mama. Does not taste like mama. So I had to look it up, and like there's more ingredients to it.
For sure. Yeah, speaking of this whole nostalgia trip, I told you that I was making a thing of Legos, right?
Yep, you're a Lego person.
Yeah. Well, I haven't been a Lego person since I was a kid. So when I got this box, it brought. Yeah, I was really enjoying making this set because, I mean, there was a difference because before we would just have a giant tub of Legos and we could just build whatever we want and get creative with it. Mm-hmm. But now this is one where I actually had to follow instructions and shit. So it was a little bit different, but definitely the process of putting them together. I was like, man, like I forgot how much I really enjoyed doing this when I was young.
Yeah. To bring us back to this whole childhood gang. No, wait, we're not childhood gang. To this 20s gang stuff that we're talking about. How do you feel about Disney adults?
That's like Star Wars and stuff, right?
That's Star Wars. That is an adult making 2 trips to Disneyland or Disney World a year. They have no kids, but they still go to Disneyland every year.
I don't know about that. You know, I'm not gonna lie. My first time going to Disney World, I was 18, and I had the time of my life. So
yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe the magic just never goes away for some people.
Do you want to go back anytime in the future?
It's not at the top of my bucket list, but yeah, I'd go back. It was I've always described it as being more of an experience rather than the rides. There's something about being surrounded by all these characters, and again, nostalgia. You know, all these characters that you have this connection with, and there is sort of like a vibe in the air that you can't find anywhere else, and that's enjoyable. But I don't know about going
I'm gonna
every
give
year.
you a pass. I'm gonna give you a pass.
Are you criticizing me?
There was a right and the wrong answer. You didn't give me either, so I'm just stuck in between. You get a pass. You are getting a pass.
Share how you feel.
However,
Yeah. However, what?
There are some adults who go to Disneyland like 4 or 5 times a year. They have the epic, not like that, the yearly pass. They don't have any kids. They just love going to Disneyland. They watch every single Disney movie. They can sing every single Disney song.
That's a little extreme.
And you know, not to get off conspiracy theory about this, but the business plan that Walt Disney made leads everything back to Disney World in Orlando.
Really?
It's like everything.
It's all part of his plan.
Yeah. You know, like if you watch Disney movies, you can see exactly what character they're gonna merchandise off of.
I never noticed that.
It's like in Frozen, you had the snowman.
Oh, Olaf?
Olaf. Everyone loved Olaf. He was a lovable character.
Yeah, he was. They do.
Everything.
That's a good point. They do always introduce that one character that just stands out. It's like a breakthrough character. It's like oh shit. What was the? I can't even remember his name. It was like, in Inside Out. You ever seen Inside Out?
Oh yeah.
You know who I'm talking about? Bing Bong.
The angry dude.
Nah, he was like a goofy
Bing
dude.
Bong,
I think his name was Bing Bong. Yeah, it's like that.
Yeah.
You know, there's always a side character where you know that's gonna be the guy.
Lovable, absolutely lovable, and then they market the shit out of it. And then you have a bunch of little kids in love with this character, and they're like, "Daddy, I want to go to Disneyland." Okay, Disney, you ain't smart, Disney. And you know, Disney owns is one of the largest. It owns like one of the largest news outlets in the world too.
I think he told me about that. They're definitely one of the companies that own the world.
Hey, I'm not saying don't listen to Disney, don't watch Disney. But if you're a Disney adult, you've been sold.
Yeah, they got you. Hook, line, and sinker.
They got you.
Now they're frying you up on the grill.
They're like, you are funding Disney.
Yeah. Are you taking your kids to Disney? When they say, Daddy, I want to go to Disney.
I'm gonna say like, I'll do you one better. Six Flags Great America.
Wow.
Just dress up like Mickey Mouse and you're good.
Yeah. Put on like the ears or whatever. And then tell them that it's Disneyland. Don't even tell them that it's Six Flags.
Oh, literally.
Yeah. They're gonna be like,
they won't figure it out. They won't figure it out until they're like 16.
Right.
Oh, that would be so dirty.
Yeah.
I'm doing it. I want to, when I have kids, hopefully it's not until I'm out of my 20s, or at least late 20s. But when I have kids, I want to like only talk around them with their British accent, or no, scratch that. I want to tell them that you can only get in the shower when it's cold.
Wow. I heard that that's actually good for you.
Apparently it's fantastic, but my soul is not ready to grow like that.
Neither is mine. I've tried. I've given it a shot. I was like, no, not happening.
In college, so I moved into this house, right? This is kind of, I wouldn't say it was a stupid moment for myself. It was not an ignorant, I didn't know, right? So I get put in charge I'm in charge of the Wi-Fi and heat, right? And this is summer. And I was like, why the fuck am I going to pay for the heating bill? If it's summer, we're never ever going to use the heat anyway. So I didn't pay for the heat. So we lost heat.
Yeah. Did you consult with anyone about this? Or
No,
did you just...
I was like, it's summer. We're not gonna use the furnace. Why the fuck am I gonna pay for it? You're not gonna give me like. I thought I broke the utility system. Dude. I was like,
you cracked the code.
I was like they're gonna write papers about me.
Right.
But so there I am watching TV on the couch, and then my roommate came down. He was like, Miles, did you pay the heating bill? I was like, no, why the fuck would I pay the heating bill? It's summer. We're not using it. I was like, it's summer. We are not using the heat. He's like, but the heating bill is what gives us hot water. And I was like, what?
Oh, man.
So for like 4 weeks out of the month of June, we had no hot water.
That's
and like
fucked up.
our schedules were so busy that whenever they came to give us hot water, we weren't there.
It's fucked up, man.
So it was like periods of like fall asleep to a cold shower. You wake up to a cold shower, and then you also like went all the way to our college gym to take hot showers while the football team was in there.
I can only imagine the look on your roommate's face when you said, no, why would I pay the heating bill when it's summer? He probably just looked at you for a good 5 seconds. So, damn it, Miles.
I saw, who knew? I honestly thought, well, the more I think about it, right? I thought that there was a tub of hot water and then a tub of cold water. And then when you turn the knob, they just like make sure to get to the temperature that you want. That's how I thought it worked.
You know what makes it even funnier is I know that your goofy ass really thought that you had that shit figured out. You're like, why are we spending money for that stupid shit?
I did.
You probably called him up immediately. Like, yeah, crank that
I
off.
was like, the next day I walked over, like, I was at work, and I was like, yo, did you guys know that the heating bill is connected to hot water? They're like, oh, yeah, of course I knew that. I was like, how come no one told me this?
Yeah,
no one told me.
You know, in your defense, I can't say that I knew that either. So I've never really given thought about how that whole system works, but I
literally thought it was just two water. There was a tub of really hot water, and then there's a tub of just cold water, and the hot water is supplied by the city, and then it just like ooh. Just like honestly, I don't understand how the water system works anyway. How do you like? You turn on the cold water, then you turn on the hot water, and then you get warm water.
Yeah, magic.
Where do the lines connect?
It's just magic. It's that Disney magic.
As in your 20s, let's talk about this actually. In your 20s, what can you actually fix?
Hardly anything, to be honest.
Hardly anything.
I am not a handyman. I am not a handyman. I have friends that are handymans. I'm not a handyman.
Oh my! I can change a tire.
I can barely change a tire. It would take me. I'd probably have to sit there and watch a YouTube video, and then I could change the tire.
I can change a tire.
That's all you got?
I'm stuck. I am literally stuck right now. I can change a tire. I can put up a TV mount.
I don't even think I could do that.
I can put together a lot of IKEA furniture. I've been doing that for a while.
That's more like a puzzle.
I hate puzzles.
You don't like puzzles?
I hate puzzles. Dude, during COVID, Nick and I, we were doing, like, we were like, oh, we're stuck, we're quarantined, let's do a puzzle. And, like, we had this puzzle out for, like, 2 weeks, and only the border got completed. And, like, we spent time there. We spent, like, an hour a day looking at this puzzle. And then my roommate, Davis, comes out of nowhere, and he just, like, bah, 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 all these pieces.
Yeah. Some people, they do puzzles. I have family and friends that they do puzzles. And for me, like, jigsaw puzzles have always been hard. But, I mean, I like little puzzle games on my phone, or I was playing around with a Rubik's Cube for a little bit. I like puzzles like that. But, like, yeah, regular jigsaw puzzles.
I went on a date with this girl the other day. she said she likes puzzle. I was like, that's a red flag. That is a red flag right away.
You ever been to an escape room?
No, I would want to do an escape room because I watched this video about how to beat the escape room.
Oh, what? But they're all different. So is there like a...
Oh.
Is there a method for it?
Well, they're different, but they're all built the same. Honestly, what you're supposed to do is just destroy the room and find anything that's out of place, and then figure it out from there.
Wow, that's actually not bad advice. I've been to a couple of escape rooms, and I could actually kind of see that working.
Did you escape?
No, there's a lot of things where you kind of have to really connect some dots and put two and two together. It's not very obvious.
So I'm not subbing you in for my escape room experience.
I got a couple of wins when we were in the escape room.
But you didn't escape.
But we didn't escape. It's hard. We should go, but it's harder
How
than...
do you call it a win if you didn't escape? You lost.
Well, there's different stages. So you'll start out in this room, and then you got to try
But you didn't escape.
Well, no. So so you have this...
So you lost.
I got tiny wins.
Yeah,
I got tiny wins.
You won a couple battles, but you lost the war.
I solved a couple of the codes, but
okay.
Yeah.
You're not on my team still. I'm sorry.
Whatever. Let's see how good you do.
Sorry, bro.
Right.
No hard feelings.
There always comes a moment in the escape room where you look around at everyone and you realize that everybody is lost. No one knows what to do at that moment.
That's not gonna happen to me, bro.
And then some of them give you clues too, so you could call in and ask for a clue, and they'll give you something to move forward.
I don't need no clue.
I
want to do an escape room for real.
Yeah.
Listeners out there, find me on the street.
Kidnap them.
Abduct me.
Yep. Throw them in the trunk, blindfold them, take them to some remote location, and let them figure out how to get home.
Get some chloroform.
Yeah.
What was that one game that we used to play as a kid? I never
with
played
chloroform.
It,
what games were you playing?
No, bro. It's still kind of weird like that. But what you do is you I never played it. People told me that they played. So it's like you get like a 3-mile radius around your house or something, right? You put someone in the trunk.
The fuck?
And then your team is supposed to... You call your team, and then you have to describe where you're at to get picked up.
I don't think I've ever played that in my life.
I think it was a white person game. I never played it. None of my friends played it. A lot of my friends are black. But like my white friends, they've all played it.
We were playing Ghost in the Graveyard, which you could use walkie-talkies for.
Ghost in the Graveyard is fun.
Yeah, that's kind of similar, but not exactly the same.
No, it was weird. It was weird. That's one thing I am tight about being in my 20s. No one likes to have any fun anymore. It's like to have fun, you have to go out drinking, smoke some marijuana, some crack, some meth.
Yeah, we lit.
But like, I want to get a group of friends and play some fucking cherry bombs on the playground.
Man on wood chips?
Man on wood chips. You know how funny it would be to have adults playing man on wood chips?
Yeah, you remember when we went? You remember when we went and played Foursquare?
Oh my god, that was so fun!
Yeah, I swear. It's been forever since I played Foursquare.
Fun.
Foursquare is lit.
Foursquare's fucking lit.
Yeah, Foursquare is lit.
But now, I have jobs. You can't go to the park and play Foursquare. Foursquare's a fun game. Let's play some fucking Foursquare.
Let's play some Foursquare. There should be a competitive Foursquare league.
There should be competitive. You don't understand the one reason why I want a kid. Oh,
so you could beat his ass at Foursquare?
One of the main reasons why I want a kid is so I can go back to the park and not look like a pedophile when I play on the park.
You're going to be having more fun than the kid?
Daddy, I want to go home. Sit down.
You ever, were you one of those kids that would jump off of the swings when you got really high?
That crazy.
I was.
I wasn't that guy.
Me and my friend.
You were that guy?
Yeah, me and my friend Kamar used to have competitions where we would see who can go farther or higher.
Okay, I did do that. But I know there are some people who are doing like flips and shit off the swings. And I was not that guy.
They would do the backflips. Yeah, I was not that guy.
I was, no, I was.
You're wild.
You won't catch me doing that. I'm crazy, bro. Well, I mean, like, I do stuff, but I know when I need to stop. I know when I'm not that guy.
Oh yeah, I feel like that backflipping thing is very easy to fuck up. Very easy to fuck up.
Do you find yourself? Do you feel your body getting older right now? Because I be waking up sometimes, and I try to do stuff I used to do back in high school, and I'm like, oh, I can't do that anymore.
Yeah, I've actually had a similar thing. When's the last time you fell down? Because I remember as a kid you would fall down and get right back up, but if you fall down now, shit, man, you're down and out. That shit's gonna hurt.
I don't think I'd be falling down like that. I mean, like, maybe when I was snowboarding.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, falling down on some concrete. Like, you know, it's middle of winter and there's ice and you slip on it and hit the ground.
You slip?
Yeah, that kind of falling down. Like, that, as a kid, you just hop back up and, you know, brush it off. Maybe you got, like, a little scar or something. But now, man, if you hit the ground, if you hit pavement, you might not get back up.
Down for the count, bro.
Yeah, that might be it, bro. That's the highlight of your day is falling down.
And you feel that for the next week.
Yeah, swear you're bruised up. Yeah.
My thing, bro, is the fact that hangovers are horrible.
I swear.
Hey, it's like, oh, no.
Yeah.
No, I can't do it.
Yeah, being in our 20s, what do you think the importance is of the bar scene, or do you think that it has any significance? Like, why do we do it?
I mean, like, you and I being two single males, we go there for a completely different reason than what people in relationships do.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like at that point it's still the socializing aspect.
Yeah, when you're in a bar, you for sure meet some wacky characters.
Wacky characters, and you're just one of the wackos.
Right. It's almost like literally like a cartoon when you walk into a bar, where you walk in and some people are dressed kind of strange. Some people have a gimmick of some sort.
Yeah.
They have a thing that they're walking around the bar and doing and trying to show people. And yeah, you have some people dancing, some people quiet in the corner. You're just walking into a zoo, pretty much.
Well, when we were at the bar, when you were down here, you were a little wallflower, but you're also down for the count.
Oh, I was out. I barely remembered. When we got to that last bar, I don't really even remember what happens after we walked inside. I do remember hanging on to the wall.
You were, you're gone.
Yeah, there's drunk and then there's violently drunk, where like uncomfortable drunk, where you just don't even want to be drunk anymore. That was uncomfortable drunk. I wanted to go home.
We came back. Josh and I came back, and we're like, shh, Trish is asleep. And then we looked at you, we're like, yo, he's knocked the fuck out.
That was cash.
But you're one of the wackos in the bar, and that's all you need is a couple of fun wackos to have a good time.
True that. The weird people are the funnest.
The weird people do be the funnest people.
Yeah.
I don't know who said that. It might have been Diogenes, or Socrates, or Plato, or Aristotle.
One of them's.
But he said, I'm pretty sure it's Abraham Lincoln. It said, the weird people be the funnest.
Yeah. And he was the one wearing that big ass hat too, so he was one of the weirdos. He got it.
Bro, I thought it was Abe who said I cannot tell a lie, but it was George Washington who said I cannot tell a lie.
I thought it was Abraham Lincoln. We call him Honest Abe.
Yeah, Honest Abe can't tell a lie. No, it was GW. It's just GW. George Washington.
I think he had teeth that were like slave teeth or something.
The wood teeth. They're wooden.
There's that, but he had something with slave teeth too. He used to like collect slave teeth or something.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah, really weird.
You know, like there's a bunch of like dead bodies found underneath Thomas Edison's house.
No, that's fucking weird.
Thomas Jefferson's.
That is weird.
Do you think we should bring back modern dueling?
What? I don't know if I want to answer this question.
Well, I feel like it's an honest question. It's just like you and me, we can just tussle on the street, get our beef over with, and then that's it.
Oh, I was thinking like middle school bullying.
Oh, no, I said duel.
Oh, dueling. I think you said bullying.
What did you think?
I think you said bullying. Because I mean, on one hand, I think that society might be getting a little soft, me included.
Uh-huh.
So maybe we need a little bit of conflict, a little bit more conflict in our lives. But that doesn't mean that we should include bullying. But dueling, I mean, if two people want to fight, let them fight.
I think if two people want to fight, they should be allowed to fight.
Right.
If I say, Christian, I challenge you to a duel, and we just get to duke it out till someone taps.
Right.
I think that should be perfectly legal.
There would have to be norms around it, like you said. It would have to be trying to get someone to tap and not just knock them out. You know, I mean, if you're trying to slam their head on the concrete, that might be a little bit different.
They get knocked the fuck out. That's pretty much a tap.
You got a point. That's how it is in the UFC too. A loss is a loss.
I just feel like that's a tap. You got your ass beat.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we call a spade a spade. You tapped.
Right. And then even after, you know, if someone gets knocked out and the other person just keeps beating them up after they're knocked out.
Well, that's why you have. It's not like you can duel someone. Like back in the medieval days and the olden times, or even the Western times, you would have like proctors who would oversee the duel.
Right. I think.
So you can have.
I think now it's like that. What's the state that actually has dueling? I think it's Washington. It's either Washington or Washington D.C. Something like that.
I don't know. But in Chicago, there was like a gang fight, and no one got arrested. They know who did it, but no one got arrested because it was mutual combat.
Right. Yeah. Whatever state has it legalized, there has to be a police officer present while it's happening to kind of referee the situation. Yeah. At least that's what I heard.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Let's go there. I challenge you to a duel.
You're gonna go to Washington and start challenging people?
Do you remember there's a South Park episode? Who was not Emmett Till. Who's the guy who got shot in our lifetime?
Trayvon Martin.
Yeah. So South Park made an episode about the Trayvon Martin thing, and what was it? He wanted who's the Jewish guy?
Jewish guy. The one that
in South Park.
Oh, Kyle?
Kyle, yeah. So Carmen did his whole entire. He made a whole entire episode. Well, they made a whole entire episode about the stand your ground law. So Cartman took Kyle all the way down to Florida. Put a bat in Kyle's hand, and then shot him.
Wow.
Because he felt like.
Wow.
Because he felt like he needed to stand his ground.
I don't know if I've seen that episode. I've seen a lot of episodes of South Park. I don't think I've seen that episode. Sounds pretty funny though.
One thing that I do enjoy about my 20s is like the cartoons that we used to watch as a kid. Not that South Park's a kid's cartoon, but like you can actually understand what they're saying.
Yeah.
Like it like as a kid, I would find a lot of the episodes very witty, but as an adult, I'm like, yo, that shit's witty, it's true, and it's fucking hilarious.
Mm-hmm. They do a really good job at over-exaggerating things, which makes it really funny. I got into South Park pretty young. Not too young, but maybe 12, 13. I started getting into South Park and like Family Guy and all that. And yeah, even Family Guy, there is a sort of cleverness to it that you appreciate as you get older.
I mean, like, it's like the modern day political cartoons.
Yeah.
You have to have fun with it.
Yeah, Family Guy is more stereotypes, and South Park is more caricatures. And I feel like South Park is a lot more. They're more up to date because they write the episode in what, like 10 days or something.
Dude, sometimes it's like 3 days before.
Right. So they're very up to date and they're very culturally relevant. Where
It's
Family
crazy.
Guy, not so much. But they're still both of them are good. They both have their positions.
Can you believe they're still making episodes of The Simpsons?
I know, right?
It needs to stop.
Did you watch The Simpsons growing up?
No, because it just kept going. It kept going and going and going.
I didn't. The only Simpsons I really watched was the Simpsons movie, of course. I had it on
That was
DVD.
a funny movie.
Yeah.
I remember when it was they were promoting it, like doing the previews, and I was like, "Mommy, I want to watch it." And my grandma was there, and she's like, "You're not watching that devil movie." So that's how I remember The Simpsons.
Yeah, I used to have it on disc, so whenever I was bored, I would throw it into
Just
the
so
DVD
we're
player.
clear, he just said disc, not DVD. Disc.
Whatever. I had it on DVD. It wasn't Blu-ray though, just regular DVD.
Just regular DVD.
Just regular DVD, and I'll throw it in and watch it from time to time. So I've seen that movie a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I even had a friend back in the day who had a home theater. I think we watched it in there once too, so that was cool. I've seen that movie a shit ton.
How serious are you taking your health in your 20s as of now?
More important than I was when I was a teen. Obviously, I'm not perfect at it, but making small steps to improving it because I realize that it's important to work on your health.
What was the last time you went to the doctor?
That is a good question. It's been a while.
One of the weird things for me with this whole transition into adulthood has been I have to take care of myself.
Mm-hmm. How so?
I'm half tempted to text my mom sometimes. They'd be like, "Hey, Mom, can you schedule me a doctor's appointment?" I can't do it. I can't do it. But like, especially living away from home, I have to. Well, I'm just lazy at this point to transfer all my records over to another place.
It's a hassle.
But it's like, oh yeah, it's something that like you need to do.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's definitely. I'm low key kind of scared to go to the doctor, but I know.
Well, that's why a lot of African American individuals end up getting indebted a lot sooner than our counterparts because of the whole "I'm scared" thing.
Yeah. There was actually, speaking of South Park and Family Guy, there was an episode of Family Guy where Stewie had to go to the doctor. Or no, Peter had to go to the doctor because he had to get a what's the thing where they put their finger in your ass?
A lobotomy?
No, I think that's different.
Prostate exam?
Yes, that. He had to get a prostate exam, so he was having nightmares about Dr. Hartman putting his finger in his ass. Sorry. It's funny.
But no. Going to the doctor is definitely something that we both should be doing.
Facts. They gotta check your dick.
Are we gonna do it though? No. Probably not. Not until we're on the hospital bed itself.
He speaks for all black people.
Oh my god. Well, the whole reason why black people are afraid to go to the doctor, I mean, like, it's valid. You put fucking syphilis in us without telling us.
They did do that.
They did do that?
You people did that.
Uh-huh. And you see a white man in a suit come and it's like, hey, here you go. Now we're just addicted to crack.
Right. Trust me, I'm a doctor. Yeah, right. Okay. Okay, buddy.
Got me all types of fucked up when it comes there. I want to go there.
Yeah. What do you think is important about being in your 20s?
Living life. If you're busy living life, you're never missing it.
Spit.
Now I honestly think, a lot of people have different walks of life and everything, but I truly think that people take this life thing a little bit too seriously. And you just have to relax sometimes and smell I actually don't particularly like the smell of flowers, but still smell the fucking roses.
Mm-hmm. I'm allergic to pollen. Smell the roses and I sneeze.
I fucking hate spring.
Yeah.
Hate it.
I would say definitely exploration. Like you said, so I feel like there's a little bit of a balancing act between realizing that you're in your 20s, taking life seriously, but also not taking life so seriously, and trying to find that, like, where you kind of belong. And I feel like a lot of that involves exploration. So seeing new things, meeting new people, going to new places, things like that, and trying to figure out your who you want to be. You know, you're still young.
Mm-hmm.
Just take it all in. Kind of like you said, smell the roses. Don't take that aspect of it so seriously, because over time, when you're going through your 20s, it's 10 years. It'll come to you if you stop focusing so hard on it.
Yeah. Give me 1 second. I need to message this person back.
Mm-hmm. Is it the doctor?
We're throwing a little party today. Not a party. It's not a party.
Rager, I'm coming through. Send me Eddie.
It's an intimate get together. Two completely different things. Intimate get together versus party. Tomato.
Uh-huh.
No, wait, no. I said that wrong. Intimate get together party. Tomato, potato. Apples and oranges. I can't compare the two. Which I still think that's a very stupid saying.
Apples and oranges or tomato?
No, yeah, apples and oranges.
Why?
Because you can compare apples and oranges. But the whole thing is that you can't compare apples to oranges.
Yeah, I mean, I think the analogy is they're both fruits, so they're the same, but they're different fruits.
But you can't compare them. It's besides the point. I've been in a debate with this for like a couple years now about why this is a stupid fucking analogy.
You still tumbling this one around in your brain?
It keeps me up at night.
You're like, apples are good with peanut butter, but I really like orange juice.
To go along with what you said, one of the things that I always remind myself is that yes, we're in our 20s. You're 24. You're old as fuck. You're in your mid-20s, actually.
I know, my bones are starting to hurt.
I'm still 23, so...
You're a youngin'.
I'm a youngin'. But, like, still, we're young as fuck in the whole grand scheme of life.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, we can do anything.
Yeah.
We can literally do anything. We can conquer the world if we want. And on top of that, we imagine being back in the day when we would have been forced to go to the army or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's wild. The draft. I mean, with this whole World War III nuclear war looming in the background thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I'm going to be there.
I'm going to be in a bunker.
You're going to be in the bunker?
I'm going to be in the bunker.
Here's a life goal of mine, and I wasn't there during the George Floyd riots, but I really wish I was.
Why?
Because I always wanted to riot. I've always had this urge to riot.
I went...
like the Boston Massacre?
Uh-huh.
Not saying that I wanted to go to the extent where 8 people died, but I would have been really happy being the one who threw the snowball at the British soldiers.
Then running away. You go home afterwards.
Oh, literally.
Yeah. I went to...
I did it in the back. I'm like, oh, damn.
Yeah, dude, shit, man. What are they doing over there? I was just playing around.
Catch myself on my couch, on the TV, watching the news. And I'm like, yo, that was me. I'm just telling my grandkids about it. I tell my grandkids about it, like, the Great Massacre of 2025. Someone threw the snowball. Mm. Guess who it was?
That's your claim to fame?
I framed the glove.
Yeah. Oh shit, what was I gonna say? I went to a George Floyd protest after it happened, but I left right before things went south, and I remember reading about how things went south literally like immediately after I left. I saw Snapchats, I saw the news reports, everything. It was kind of crazy.
Did you choose to leave before it went south, or was that just like divine intuition telling you to leave?
I don't really remember, to be honest. We were downtown, and we did a lap around downtown, You know, some people are holding signs, some people are shouting things. There's police barricades and everything like that. Did the lap, and then everyone huddled in this circle in the middle of the street, and they were saying things. And you know, there are a lot of other protests that go left after the actual peaceful protests. I want to say maybe I felt that this might happen here, so then we left. But I don't really remember. It may have just been like, okay, now it's time to leave.
Here's a big question for you.
Shoot.
MLK versus Malcolm X. Who are you choosing? Who are you following?
I'd probably have to say MLK.
MLK? Is it because he's more peaceful and more civil?
I would think so, yeah. MLK really stood for unification in society, while Malcolm X wanted to really empower black people, which both are obviously very relevant. But me personally, when I think about my own values and goals, it would probably lean more towards the MLK side, because I do very much believe in unification.
Yeah.
You know, but I do respect Malcolm X and everything that he did. A lot of what he did. I respect a lot of what Malcolm X did.
Are you getting closer to your black culture the older that you get?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes. But I'm not as close as I could be. Cause
what about your African culture?
Not so much, no. I don't even know what part of Africa my ancestors come from.
You're a slave, baby.
Yeah.
So, West Africa.
I'm a mutt.
Yup.
Yeah.
You got a little bit of Caucasus in you as well.
Yeah. Got a little bit of everything. But
yeah, you're an African. You're an African dirty dog.
Okay, that sounds bad.
I honestly
I don't know about that one.
Scratch that. One of the things that pisses me off when white people ask me where I'm from, and I'm like, I'm from Chicago. I'm like, no, but what part of the world are you from?
Right.
And I'm like, I came from a ship.
Right. Against my will.
Hey, what do you want me to say?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm 5% Ethiopian, 30% Ghana,
right.
Nigerian.
Real shit. Yeah, real shit. You ask your white friends where they come from, and they know. They're like, oh yeah, part German, part Australian, wherever they come from. But you ask us, nah, man, we're just.
I don't fucking know.
From here.
My family lineage stopped.
Yeah.
When I got on the ship.
Yeah.
And then it started again when we got free.
Do you ever think about how much that affects the black population? Because it's got to be different to really understand your roots versus not understanding your roots.
Do you understand how close slavery is to us right now?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Same thing with civil rights.
That is like 150 years ago.
Right.
Well, it's coming up on 200 years, so it's like 180 years ago. No.
Right.
Yeah, it's coming up on 200 years.
And the cultural aftershocks too. You know, I mean, we got freed as slaves.
And think about how close Jim Crow was.
Right.
Like, our parents were born at the end of the Jim Crow era.
Right. We have grandparents that were living in it.
Uh-huh.
You know.
Living in Jim Crow.
Right. So, you know, yeah, it's when laws are passed, such as civil rights laws and the freeing the slaves and everything, those things, all because the laws are passed, doesn't mean the culture just all of a sudden shifts overnight. You know, there's still aftershocks of all that stuff, and we're dealing with it today. And that goes with all ethnic identities. You know.
Yep. Speaking truth, not fiction, ladies and gentlemen.
Right. Real shit.
Gent and gentettes. Kind of went off the tangent of having a conversation about our 20s.
Yeah. Where do you want to be when you're 30?
I want to have my feet in the sand on a beach, sipping a very fresh coconut margarita.
Oh yeah, that sounds nice.
At anywhere in the world, as long as it's a warm beach. I don't want to be on like a Scotland beach. I don't think that's a fun beach to be at. But preferably in the Caribbean, maybe Southeast Asia or Florida.
Same, bro. You want to live there, or you
Somewhere
want like a
warm.
vacation spot there?
I would rather live there, man. I want to live there.
Is there
I want to be there with my baddie who's a wife.
dime piece,
Dime piece.
10-piece lemon
She's
pepper?
not a lawyer. She does not enjoy jigsaw puzzles.
Uh-huh.
Those are the two flags right there.
Any idea what beach or what tropical place you'd want to be in? I don't, you mentioned the Caribbean, but is there anywhere that you're really leaning towards? Jamaica would be kind of cool.
I don't want to do Cuba, to be honest with you.
You ever been to Cuba?
No, but I want to go.
Cuba.
Mm-hmm.
Cuba. Who was that dictator in Cuba? That was really bad. Was it Castro? Fidel Castro?
I think it was Castro.
Or no, Saddam Hussein was Iran or Iraq.
It was not Saddam Hussein.
I think
that's
I think it was Castro.
that's not Spanish whatsoever.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I think it was Castro. Not a very nice guy.
Not a nice guy. You heard it here first. Dictators don't tend to be the nicest guys.
Lesson learned:
out
don't
there.
be a dictator.
You ever watch the movie The Dictator?
No, actually.
And there's this part of the movie at the very end. He was like arguing why dictatorship was very cool, and he just described the American democracy.
Okay, that's funny.
Yeah, that's all he was doing. He was like, if America was a dictator, you could bail your friends out using the country's money by paying all their government debts. You can have a certain group of individuals continually get rich while the poor keep getting poor.
Yeah, you know what's actually great though is that America allows a movie like that to be out in the public.
Oh,
Because there's a lot of countries out there where they're shutting that shit down. You know.
Well, they still ban books. I mean,
True.
like 1984 by George Orwell is a banned book in America.
Is it?
It's very hard to find.
Is it really? That's actually one of the next books that I want to read.
It's a fantastic book. It might change your opinion about censorship a little bit.
I'm gonna read it.
Yeah, it's a fantastic book. You have to like open your mind to it, but it's really one of the greatest books ever written by anyone who was a human being.
I did read. I think George Orwell wrote this book called
Animal Farm.
Animal Farm. I want to read that too.
Yeah, that's the easier read. I haven't read it, but it's like, I think it's only like 90 pages or something like that.
Yeah, that's on my list.
Yeah, that's a good one. I got really into Well, I'm still really into reading.
What do you?
In my 20s, I went to the bookstore and I read like 3 books a day. No, no, not 3 books a day.
Chapters.
Let me stop myself.
That's a lot of books.
I read about 3. I read 3 books at a time.
Oh.
And I'm in the process of learning French. So like one of the next books I read will be Harry Potter, the French edition.
That sounds difficult as fuck. Harry Potter is
motherfuckers.
That's a long French book, man.
I kind of want to get my first French book to be a picture book. But I don't want there to be a bunch of picture books laying around my house. It wouldn't be like the most attractive library.
Yeah. I remember showing you the trailer for it, but did you ever watch the movie I Lost My Body on Netflix?
Oh, no, I did not.
It's that animated movie about the hand and just crawling around and shit.
Nope. Nope, can't say I've seen it.
That's a French animated movie. It's in English, but I'm sure you could get it in French. Yeah, I would probably.
You remember that show Code Lyoko?
I didn't watch it, but yeah.
That's originally French.
Is it?
Yeah,
Didn't know that either.
The more you know. So many things in life that you don't know in your 20s, and you have to wait till you're around 30 to figure it all out.
Mm-hmm. When the dots
That's my
finally
quote right
connect.
there.
What?
Yeah, when you win at Connect 4.
What do you think is a major life lesson you've learned in your 20s?
Pay your debts.
Mm.
Pay your debts, even if it's like a mental debt. If there's something on your mind about it, just approach it and get it over with.
Right. That's a good one. I'm gonna let that simmer. That's good. I would probably think failure. It's okay to fail.
Oh yeah.
You know, sometimes you're gonna fail.
If you're not failing, you're doing something wrong.
Facts.
Literally. I like that again. WD-40, water displacement, is their 40th formula.
Yeah. LSD 25. 25th formula.
I think it was niche. I think it was niche, but niche said, even when you fall on your face, you're still moving forward.
Mm.
It's like when you're learning like a new skill. Like it's like snowboarding, right? If you don't fall down, you're not getting better.
Mm. Yeah. Were you skateboarded growing up, right? You had that penny board.
I skateboarded, snowboarded. I never skied. I longboard.
I remember when you took that penny board down that giant hill on the one that goes over that river, it's like a long straight. You know what I'm talking about?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you flew down that hill on the penny board. You said you were gonna do it. I was like, bro, I don't know about that. You're like, oh no, I'm gonna do it, and then you did it. I was pretty shocked. And then you also that day took it through that puddle, because we're going down the path, and the path was flooded for a part, and then you skated down and tried to go through it.
Did I succeed going through the puddle?
No, you didn't.
The one thing, dude. Again, I realized that there was this one time, right? It was like a couple weeks ago, and we were gonna go longboarding, and I was like, "Oh, cool! I have my penny board. This is gonna be fun." And this guy, he was like, "Are you sure you're gonna want to bring this penny board? There's kind of like some really big cracks." And I'm like, "What type of cracks are so big that I can't do it on my penny board?" And I was like, "No, I'll be fine."
Yeah, go ahead.
Your fucking sinkholes on the back. I was like, "No, I'll be fine." And then he was like, "Are you sure? Cause like again, there's some big cracks, kind of gnarly." You know, I was like, "Nah, I think I'll be pretty good. I'm just gonna do it."
Mm.
And like he was like, "Are you sure?" I longboarded with a lot of people who have penny boards, and like they always struggle when they're next to me on the longboard. And I'm like, I'm good. And when I tell you, man, on my penny board, I was the most confident rider. I was in front of everyone.
Uh-huh.
So I guess the reason why I realized that I like people I think I can do a lot of stuff, right? Might be my ego, I don't know, but I'm fairly confident in the skills and what I can do and what I can't do.
Mm.
But then you have some people who are just like, "Are you sure you should do that? I don't think you'll be good." And I'm like, "No, I think I'll be able to do it." And then like these naggards in the head start getting to me, and then that's when I become like unconfident about something that I'll do.
Mm-hmm.
So another lesson I learned is stop listening to the fucking peanut gallery and do what you're confident in.
I agree with that. Me too. Sometimes you need to stop and listen to people, and other times you need to listen to them, but then not listen to them because you feel like maybe you know a little bit more.
Sometimes you just gotta fucking send it.
Send it. Send it.
gotta do sometimes in life is say, you know what, I'm just gonna do it.
Facts.
And if I fall, I fall. Sometimes you gotta break a couple bones.
Facts. But then you rise again, bigger than you were
Hell
before, ready to beat somebody's ass.
Hell yeah. Everyone, let us know if you want to see Tristan and I duel it out.
That'd be good content.
You'll see it on the Patreon.
I swear.
You have anything? T Money?
Nah, I think that was pretty good.
I don't have anything. Just a quick little shout out. We are on. By the time this comes out, we will officially be on the YouTube. We are posting our old videos every Friday, and then we're posting the new videos on Wednesday. If you ever want to message us, you can leave a comment on one of the videos. Yours truly will be the one who looks at it and say something funny, say something serious. Don't say anything at all. If you're not going to say anything at all, I don't know why you would be leaving a comment, but you can say nothing at all and leave a comment too, I guess. That would be kind of interesting if you do it. But no, we want to hear your feedback. Let us know what you like, what you don't like. Give me your favorite dad joke.
Yes, sirski.
Maybe a possible topic that you wanna hear. We'll shout you up, be like, "Hey, yo, what's up?" Might do that. But yeah, you want to talk about the Twitter Team Money, T Grizzy?
Yep, we got a Twitter feed coming, so the links will be posted, so you can come and join the community. We'll be retweeting some of you, trying to engage with some of you and grow a little bit of a platform here. And yeah, I feel like it's going to take us very far. So tap into everything. Tap into the podcast, tap into the YouTubes, tap into the Twitters, and tap into all the socials that we're going to post. Because we got shit coming.
And we also have a working Spotify account. Playlist called The Rabbit Hole. That's hole with a W, not an H anymore. I changed it.
Tap in.
Wait, it's with a W. Yeah.
It is.
Tap in. Get a little bit of a taste of our music taste and my music taste, everyone's music taste.
Come feel the vibes.
You can suggest us songs. We can add to the playlist. But yeah, that's if you don't got anything, I don't got anything.
20s is about the growth, so we growing. That's what we're doing.
God damn it.
All right, we out.